Our kids know more than we do. That's not something you hear a lot, but in the world of social media, it's probably true.
Omegle, Kik, and Snapchat are apps that virtually every middle schooler and high schooler are using. And if you don't know that, now's the time to listen up. Our Jake Boswell went to one area middle school's social media night and joins us now to talk about the risks your family could be facing.
Yeah, Gene and Andrea, Facebook is done. That's what the middle schoolers at Moss Middle School tell me. They don't use it. Instead, they're using new apps that their parents may not even know about. So when teachers decided to have a social media education night, they didn't have to look far to find the experts. Social media is a part of our everyday lives, and right here in Bowling Green at Moss Middle School, some people have decided to become educated. It's social media night, but it's anything but traditional. The students will be teaching the parents tonight. How will it go? Well, I've decided to put myself right in the middle of the action to find out. Ms. Hale, you're the library media specialist here at Moss Middle School. One of the things that's unique about this idea, you don't have teachers or social media experts from local companies coming in.
No.
Kids in the school are the ones teaching tonight, right?
The kids are the real experts. They have taught me so much. We want the parents to know social media is okay, but they still need to monitor what their students are doing. They need to be knowledgeable of this is what I can access while using this social media. This is how I can see what you're doing.
As the presenters get ready, families start to fill classrooms to learn about some mainstream social media.
Sign into your YouTube account,
along with a few new platforms that are up and coming.
What is Kik? It'll automatically go through your contacts list.
It doesn't take long for parents to start asking questions.
Where did the pictures go?
I necessarily don't know.
Two big issues are continually brought up in every classroom.
Click the down arrow next to your icon.
First, the effect technology has on social skills. It seems in today's technical world, no matter how far or close people are to each other, they prefer social media interaction over face-to-face.
When I'm sitting across the table from my friends, I'll even Snapchat them instead of talk to them out loud.
I ask Macy all the time, did you get so-and-so's phone number? Mom, we don't talk on the phone. I mean, we might text.
And second, the balance of safety and privacy.
I trust my children. Granted, I do know that they may do some things when not in my sight.
Lucky for tonight's discussion, a special guest is on hand, Kentucky State Trooper Jonathan Biven.
And as she's getting ready to hit search, I type in, why are you looking that up?
His philosophy, every parent should have every one of their kids' passwords. After all, who's paying?
How many of you all that have your cell phone pay the bill? It's your world. They're paying rent. If you don't have their password, you're wrong.
Though some parents may not totally agree, the dangers of online interaction are out there and closer than you may think.
It was pretty dramatic.
3 years ago, Macy Flowers met a friend online through an app called Omegle. Well, it turns out that friend was not who they said they were at all.
He said he was 17. He was really 27.
Luckily, things were cut off quickly. Macy and her mom now communicate openly about what Macy is doing on social media. Despite one bad situation, they both agree social media does have plenty of positives.
One of my friends moved away, but I have her Instagram now, and I can talk to her, and this is the most we've talked in years.
Technology is constantly moving faster than we can move our thumbs, and kids are the quickest to notice. Do you ever call anyone?
My mom and dad. No, I use FaceTime and text messaging. I hardly ever use phone calls unless it's urgent.
That's why nights like Social Media Night at Moss Middle are important, so parents can not only stay up to date to sound cool, but also to keep their kids safe. I just want to thank Ms. Hale and Moss Middle School again for letting us be a part of the special night. It was very fun. It really goes to show that social media is such a fast-paced machine that's changing the way we live every single second. Guys, one thing you have to realize about these middle schoolers, they'll never know what it's like to not have Wi-Fi wherever they're at, and they'll also never be able to look in a phone book and call somebody on a landline. Is that not crazy?
It's hard to believe. No. It really is.
Jean, you have a daughter. She's around 6 years old.
That's right.
Is she using the computer, social media right now?
Well, she's not using social media yet, and I'm grateful for that. She's on the computer a lot, but usually it's for stuff like PBS Kids, Dora the Explorer, the kids' game sites. To be honest with you, I find your story disturbing because of the easy availability of access that stalkers can have to kids, and no one, as yet, has come up with a way of penalizing anybody for anything that they might do wrong on the internet. There's really no, I can't think of the right word, but no one's controlling it.
Yeah, and that's something you and I were talking about before the show, right?
Absolutely. I mean, it's always a controversial topic about parents having their kids' password. You know they don't like it, but it's to keep them safe. What were a lot of the parents saying about that?
Now, a lot of the people had the same opinion as Gene whenever they were finding out different things like this. When Trooper Bivin, you know, started to talk when it came down to passwords, social media, and having them and examples of why you should have them, the discussion got a little more open between parents and kids, and the night overall went very well because the parents taught the kids, but the parents also were able to kind of use it as a way to talk to their students, let them know they're there for them, to keep them safe, not really to invade their privacy. So it was definitely a good night over at Moss Middle.
Enlightening.
Good report, buddy. Thanks.
Thanks.
Breaches on social media sites are helping parents learn more than ever about what their kids are doing on their phones and computers. Moss Middle School brought kids and parents together to discuss the issue a few weeks ago by hosting Social Media Night. Students showed their parents how they use Facebook, Twitter, and other social media sites and everything they can access with the click of a button.
We want the parents to know social media is okay, but they still need to monitor what their students are doing. They need to be knowledgeable of this is what I can access while using this social media. This is how I can see what you're doing.
WBKO's Jake Boswell sat down with parents and students on Social Media Night. In his special report, Back to School, he'll also tell you why police say you should know all of your kids' passwords. That story airs tonight on WBKO at 6. So social media has really exploded. This is just another concern for parents to keep track of what's going on online, because you just don't know who they're communicating with or what's being shared online. And then we have cyberbullying, which is a whole nother issue. So a lot of things that parents, they want to know more about. So that was great that the school hosted Social Media Night, and Jake will share more in his story this evening.
Be good to watch.
Yeah, it will. Some really good information there.
Yeah.
We've got sports coming up next with Brian.
And then, of course, your 7-day forecast, which may include some record cold temperatures for this time of the year. We're at 6:34 now on your Monday morning.
You're watching AM Kentucky Live.